For Filipinas, and this is general guys, most of them would really ask the age. That's what I noticed. Like, oh, how old is he? If a Filipina would date a foreigner, that's okay. But there are downsides to it.
That's one thing.
A big impact to the Filipina. It's really important because we already experience having a fake relationship with a Filipino. Why would we choose a guy that is also a player? Most of them would just want it for experience. They're not really wanting to have a serious relationship.
Now Filipinas are not like before.
They already know the game itself.
Welcome to our YouTube channel.
My name is Ismi.
It's me, Roger.
And welcome to Roger and Ismi Vlogs. So today's subject, which is much attractive to a Filipina, young or old foreigners?
So before we start, daghang salamat sa inyong paghigugma o pagsuporta sa among channel.
Thank you so much for your love and support, guys. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe. And hit the notification bell for new uploads or new videos.
So now, one of our subscribers made a comment about this specific subject. And we'd love to talk about this because this is also an important topic to talk.
Yes, it's really interesting. And definitely I want to answer it, of course.
Yeah, of course. Since you're Filipina and coming from you, they can learn a lot.
Of course. So let's go ahead and read his comment from Coyote. So his comment goes like this. What's your guys' opinion on younger guys going to the Philippines to find a woman? I'm saying in the 20s and low 30s age group. Do Filipinas stay away from those types of guys as they're seen a player or more desirable than the gullible grandpa foreigners that visit? I'm guessing they would prefer the older foreigners 50 plus as they can get more resources from them.
Well, I can say this question is really interesting, and for you guys also, you can really relate to this.
Yes, of course. Let's go with his first question.
So since you're a Filipina, what can you say about his first question?
So younger guys coming here. So of course, you would be attractive. By the word, you're a foreigner, you're not from there. And you are an eye-catching specimen. You stand out among all the crowds here because you're a foreigner. So if you're young, that's already a plus. But of course, women would just look at you. Some women would approach you.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's true.
But that's just rare. Really rare if you're already their target.
Yeah. And also what I've noticed and hear from your friend or one of your friends that she asked if our subscribers are young. So, well, for sure that Filipina prefers to date a younger foreigner. So if I'm a Filipina too, of course, I would prefer to date a younger foreigner.
For me, I prefer a guy that is mature. So most young folks that I've encountered, most of them are not mature. So for me, I go with not really the same age as my dad, but of course, an old guy because they really know what is life. For me.
That makes sense.
But for Filipinas, and this is general guys, most of them would really ask the age. That's what I noticed. Like, oh, how old is he? It's like that.
That's true.
They would really approach you and ask you, how old is he? It's like that.
Okay.
So I guess that yes, young foreigners are really attractive. And that's just a given. Because you're young, you're fit, and you have the looks.
Absolutely. And I can say also, when a Filipina dating to a younger foreigner, Filipinos would say, well, that's fine because the guy is young.
Yes.
Not unlike if a Filipina dating to an old guy, then they will receive like judgment, backlash.
Criticize. So I would say that if a Filipina would date a foreigner, that's okay. But there are downsides to it.
That's one thing that they need to like really put in their minds, that dating a younger foreigners, there are lots, not just one, but also a lot of downsides.
Yes, because for young foreigners, they prefer to travel. They prefer to have a vacation in any country.
True, and for a Filipina, they have to put in their mind that those younger foreigners are coming here in the Philippines. They didn't come for Filipina or to find a Filipina. They have to come to the Philippines because they want to explore.
They want to have a vacation.
Right. If they can find a Filipina along the way, that would be a plus for them.
Yes, and most of them would just want it for experience. They're not really wanting to have a serious relationship, and most of them are like that. There are young folks, young guys that would want to have a Filipina for a serious relationship, but that's just rare because most of them wants adventure, thrill seeker.
Right.
Yes.
And as far as I know, most relationship, especially if the guy is young, the relationship is not successful.
Doesn't last long.
Yeah, because a lot of temptation.
Yes, of course. Philippines has a lot of women, and a lot indeed.
Yeah, not just Philippines, but also other Asian countries.
Of
So
course.
for Filipinas, they don't have any assurance that foreigner guy or the young foreigner guy will come back in the Philippines. Not unlike if you're dating an old foreigner, you are already secure. Not 100%, but there will be a huge chances.
Yes, that's true. Because most old foreigner are already in their mind that they would retire in the Philippines, and they're more mature and more experienced. And nowadays, Filipinas are really practical already. They want a guy that can give them assurance. And again, we always say that practicality is really common, not just in the Philippines, but all around the world.
Yes, absolutely. You cannot really say that they will reject the younger guy, but like what you said, Filipinas right now are more practical. They want to find a guy who can support them and a guy also who is stable in life.
Yeah, stable and also serious in the relationship. Being serious is a big impact to the Filipina. It's really important because we already experience having a fake relationship with a Filipino. Why would we choose a guy that is also a player?
And most of young Filipinas right now, they already have or had an experience dating a Filipino or younger Filipino. So they know already what's the game if they want to date a younger foreigner.
And that's true because most of us would think that, oh, I would date a younger foreigner for experience. Because some Filipinas are curious, what is it like to date a foreigner?
Yeah.
Yeah, some are really curious, but most would have doubts because they would already think that, he is not serious yet. He is still in the stage that he wants to explore more.
Correct. So now Filipinas are not like before.
Yes, of course. They are much experienced right now. They're not gullible as before. And they already know the game itself. So if you're a player, they would play too.
Yes. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching until the end, and we hope to see you in our next vlog.
No hate?
Just love.
Bye!